And we shall begin again. Oh, my machine's off. There we go. So yeah, that other guy that's doing scripting for me now, he's man, he's got some pretty cool stuff he can do there. Making the manual processor, that's going to be a big game changer. Yeah, I just want to make that delimiter. Like, I'm so excited to make that delimiter. I don't know, I want to say a quarter of the way through. I had to like redo it all from scratch basically again, so it's taking a long time, but
the branches off feature.
Yeah, it actually will take the branches off like properly, which is pretty sick. So then when you use the stroker, it'll actually do. That was my biggest complaint in the other game, is I couldn't make it do what it's supposed to do in real life, and it just irritated me. But
that's the logging I grew up with, was strokers. And
yeah.
I was disappointed when I couldn't make them work.
I know, everybody was, and even ProPack, like, they were just like, man, that sucks that, like, it looks great, but, like, why doesn't it do what I want it to do? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to make it work. I tried everything.
Another neat feature those machines were coming out with before everybody went short logging.
Yeah.
Was putting feed rollers on the back grab arms.
Yeah.
Kind of like the limits, but not. They were still the stroker.
I don't think ProPack ever had those, or like I've never seen them have those, but all the other ones were pull through, right? But yeah, I've seen videos on YouTube of the ones with they have the giant frickin' rollers on there, and you just stuff it in there.
Those are the limits. They were just on the normal strokers like the one you're picturing.
Yeah.
They had feed rollers though.
Oh yeah, that's sweet, hey? Probably faster.
I know LaRue. They were the first ones to run them on their machines.
Oh, okay.
So, and then when they got their new machine, it didn't have them.
Man, I bet those were so much faster. Like, watching the videos, the guys seem to be able to just whip with those compared to the pull-throughs.
Oh, it's awesome to see a tree going uphill into the chute.
Yeah.
If you don't know the feed rollers are there, it'd be like,
you're like, what the hell's going on? That's awesome. That's so sweet. Yeah. It was good to see some different wild things. It's Victor. Hey, Victor. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the death pit. I mean, the logging crew. Depending on how we're operating. Oh yeah, no, lots of wild machines out there. I say, I got another really interesting company that wants to do some pretty cool stuff. So I'm really hoping it works out. So I can't speak to it yet because there's nothing really written in stone, but yeah, if they do decide to kind of allow me to work with them and partner with them, I mean, and it's gonna be pretty neat. Gonna see some really neat stuff.
Ooh, how would a guy go about getting a machine specially built?
How's that? Like, for this game?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Well, I would love to have that rubber-tired buncher I used to own. I was telling you, it's on a skidder frame.
Is that the one you sent the picture of, like that old school photo one?
No, that's a machine I rode in as a kid. There was only 2 of them ever built. They were built in Ontario and one was brought and used in Merritt.
Do you have pictures of the other one? The rubber one?
I'm trying to find them, believe it or not. There's none on the internet. Like, normally you can find them. I have found a couple. I'm going to try again. I know a guy.
If you got pictures of it, send it my way, because I'm all like, so like under wraps, there is some kind of older machine stuff happening now that I'm working on. Like trying to bring back some older skidders and older equipment that kind of, from the old days.
Right on.
And I'm kind of want to head down that road, because I'm kind of like, you can get a couple of the new machines, which is fun and all, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of it. I want some like old school stuff. So, and the old school stuff is pretty awesome, a lot of it.
Some of it is, yeah.
So if you get pictures of that thing, send them to me, and I can at least look at it and see if it's something I can do. Because I'm always looking for kind of some weird older projects.
Well, this could be, built original, so it'd be to have the harvesting wheels on it, or
yeah,
a guy could just update it and put a bar saw with a measuring, like one of these.
Yeah.
Your fixed head. That's what.
Yeah.
But just the neatness of it, like, it was a skidder with a buncher on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see why not. And what was it based off of? What was the skidder body?
John Deere.
Oh, was it John Deere?
It was exactly for the 78, 79 skidder, 748 skidder body.
Okay.
That's what they used. they just turned the cab around backwards, and then where the winch and the fuel tank and that all should have been, there was a mast like on a high-ab.
Yeah.
And then you had your main boom, and then your stick boom. And then it was a shear head originally, but everybody put bar saw heads on it.
Oh, okay.
And then on the front right-hand corner, there was 2 great big feed rollers, and you would shear the tree and then drop the butt between the feed rollers. And a pair of limbing knives would come down in front of the feed rollers, and then we'll get some jump here. And then anyway, you'd run the tree to, go down the side of your cab,
right,
off your blade, and then hit the ground. And when the top fell into the notch inside the knife pocket, whatever, it would break the top off.
Oh, really? That's so trippy.
Really nothing fancy or extravagant, but man, it was. When I had mine, it didn't have the harvester wheel, so it was just a bar saw buncher head on it. And
that's so crazy. That sounds like a pretty sweet ride, or like just I don't know. It just sounds interesting the way it's built.
It is. It makes the day a lot different when you're crawling around on tires doing a buncher's job. But
yeah. I can imagine.
Running a buncher where, if you look at my videos or my pictures and see the straight line organized bunches, and that's what you do all night long running a buncher, or all day long.
Yeah.
Pile after pile after pile. You change it up with something different to get to the piling.
And that makes it a little bit more interesting, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just kind of painting out our rows here.
Oh, my bunch just disappeared.
Yeah, that's annoying. I know I had that when I started too. I had a whole bunch disappear. I wish. Well, when are they supposed to do a patch for this game ever? Because I haven't heard anything yet. Usually you hear about, oh, we were updating with a patch, but I haven't heard a damn thing yet. Because definitely a patch will be needed here. There we go. Because they need to fix the exploding tree thing. Because I think once that tree thing is fixed, I think it'll get rid of the issue of the trees disappearing as well, to be honest.
I haven't seen a tree explode or something.
Like on this map, it's very, very minimal. It doesn't happen very often, but like on the in-game maps, that's why I don't have any like really big trees on these maps. Because I originally had some huge ones on here, and then it causes, like, when you cut them with anything, it causes the tree to like explode. Like the ends get all like blown out and shoot across the map. It looks really ridiculous. And then the tree's uncuttable. You can't do anything with it after that happens. So it's super annoying. It just becomes, you can't process it, you can't use a chainsaw on it. It's just this dead tree with this giant textured hair that goes across the map. Kind of a big deal. So when I made this map, I tried to keep the diameter of these trees as low as possible so that you could still actually use the damn things without exploding them. But it still happens even on these ones. And I think what's happening now, instead of exploding, they disappear. Because they're so small, they don't have time to do that texture ripping. I don't know, that's my theory anyway. But who knows? Who knows? I didn't build the game, I just mess with it. Alright.
Is there just one buncher?
There is just one, yeah. I usually keep it to one just because it's
you lose control.
Yeah, it gets a little hairy. But you can have a processor or something if you're bored. I just left one there.
No, that's what I meant.
Oh, you're in a processor. I see. Gotcha.
Oh, I won't be a greedy person here. Someone can have a turn on it. Darn.
No, it's not about having turns. It's there's 3 processors now sitting. Wait, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no worries. Just gun for a bit. Processors can have a smoke break. Here, throw that last load on there. I'll bring this to the mill. Get rid of it. There you go. If you're really bored, come on, load me at the mill. I'll give you something to do. Change you up from the processor world. Oh, did I lock the head there? Oops.
Yeah.
You're free. You're free.
There we go.
That's the only thing I don't like about the locking straps.
You want me to throw this one on there, or?
Oh no, I'll come back here. We got lots on there. This is good.
Okay.
This will help with performance if I can get rid of some of these bits. You can just shuffle it all together and make a nice pile. Flick the logs around, party, do all that stuff. There's also a grinder too back here. Oh, and there's a little John Deere too. Look at that. Forgot about that one. Oh, there's 2 John Deeres with clams on them.
Cool.
Just laying around. Little pilers.
The tree is not staying with me.
Oh, it's because I'm moving a load. Everybody's probably lagging out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like it's floating in the air or whatever. Yeah, I'll try to get rid of this as quick as possible here. Everybody's like, make the trucks go faster. And I'm like, I don't want them to go faster. People will frickin' fly off the road.
I have a tree on my one map at the top of that Mount Togo.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I could just barely reach it with the buncher.
Right.
And keep cutting the butt of it, but I couldn't grab it.
Oh, jeez.
So it's still floating there.
That's funny. Still hanging out, hey?
Last time I played the game, yeah, I went up there. Oh, it's still there.
It's a friend of yours now. Yeah, and the next update too, the log weights are a little bit heavier and the grapples are a little bit heavier, so they actually grab like way better even than they do now, which is pretty sweet. I was doing a bunch of testing last night and I was like, damn, these are good. It's almost like real life. Almost. Despite, you know, the odd glitch here and there. Like, they don't grab horribly right now, but they grab way better now in the next update, so it's all good. It's good, then I can watch and drool. Vernon, you must be using joysticks, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I was like, if you're using... There's a bunch of guys said they're using Xbox controllers. I'm like, if you're using an Xbox controller, I'm going to call bullshit on you. Not saying you can't be good with an Xbox controller. Just, you know when someone's using a joystick. You can just tell. Or the joystick said. It's just a different kind of movement.
I got my Thrustmasters like a week after that first logging crew. I was just like, no, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some joysticks.
Yeah, it's hard to go back after you've... Let's sell those, get them out of there. It's hard to go back after you got joystick. Like, I would never... If they said, oh, the joysticks aren't supported anymore, I'll be like, well, I guess I'm done. See ya. Yeah.
There's always 4s of 5.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I still never took my Thrustmasters back out of the box.
No, well, you got those Logitechs, right?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I mean, if it's working for you. I just mean joysticks in general. It doesn't have to be Thrustmaster, but like...
Oh, no, they're good ones, too.
Yeah. Lots of different choices out there. I don't think there's much for ambidextrous ones, though, hey? Like...
No, guy I'm playing with, he's got a pair of airplane Thrustmasters. He only got 2 buttons or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, they got, what are those? They made another brand, the blue ones. What the hell are those? They're like called the Airbus? Airbus, yeah, that's it. But I don't think they're quite enough buttons for this game. I wish they would make like a Sure Grip one or something.
Well, that's what I was looking into.
Sure Grip's missing a part of the market that they could be hitting up, though. The gaming market.
That's what I was looking into after that, I think it was Chevy guy or something.
Yeah, the one he posted on there. Yeah, it's some pretty wild stuff, eh?
Doing something similar, like maybe setting up some Tigercat ones and then seeing if I can wire them all in, and if I can do that, that's probably something I'm gonna go with.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick, eh?
I have something in my teeth.
Yeah, I saw that. Popped right out of there. Perfect. Yeah, that'd be sweet to get that kind of upgrade. I know I used to... I was always like surfing eBay looking for like old joysticks from machines and stuff, and then I was just gonna put my own buttons in, but never got around to that. Because I guess you could just, like I said, the Thrustmaster, you could probably just use the base. Like, you don't need the buttons and stuff. You could just pull those out.
Yeah.
It's my plan. I'm still waiting to get to our boneyard and see what kind of machines they got sitting in there. So I want a 6-button set of shear grips.
Yeah, that'd be nice, eh?
And then, yeah, I'll just use one of these other sets of joysticks for the base and figure out a way to attach them.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick.
I got the button idea from you. I've looked them up on Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're easy. They're easy to find.
I've even got...
My whole thing's sizing. Trying to find the right size button, that's hard.
Yeah.
Because you can order them, but, like, even these ones that I have on mine, like the extra ones, they were way bigger than I thought they were going to be. I'm like, oh, geez, those are huge buttons.
Well, have you ever seen the micro switches that go into the handles of the machines?
No.
Okay, well, they actually sell exact copies of them.
Do they?
In the computer tech part of Amazon where I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
A little black square rectangle box.
Yeah.
With a little orange button, like tiny little square orange button. And that's all that fits underneath those shear grip controls.
Oh, that's trippy.
Only not even half an inch by 1/8 of an inch thick.
Really?
And then the button is too small to describe.
Huh.
The actual button that makes the contact.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm just flying around.
That'd be interesting to.
I have an Arduino kit, and they have pretty small buttons in there too.
Huh. Arduino, hey? I've seen that before, I think.
Yeah, you can program pretty much anything to do whatever you want as long as you know how to do it, and it's not terribly hard to learn how to.
Yeah. Huh.
Like this is something I learned it off, but people make like kind of like knockoff Iron Man masks. And that's Arduino program sliding the mask up and down.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. So it's almost like Raspberry Pi or whatever, where you can like program them to do whatever you want.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. I like that. All right. Don't you love how they stick like that? I don't know what causes that. I've looked into that, and I have no idea what makes that happen. It's like the physics just stop believing in life or something. Until I bump like another log, yeah, then they release. I have no idea why it does that. It did that in the old game, too. It's something to do with their component system. I blame Giants. It's all their fault. Because I can. Because they're not here to defend themselves, so I better blame them.
Well, it is their fault.
Yeah. How dare they make a game that wasn't meant for logging? And then not support it. Monsters. Monsters, I tell you.
There's still hope. I remember that one indie game. I think you might have reviewed it, FDR, but it's
probably Lumberjack Simulator. Lumberjack Simulator. Yeah, they've come along quite a bit since before. Still got a ways to go, but yeah, I'll be interested to see where they get with that. Because if that developed into something a little bit more feisty, I'd be pretty interested. Okay, I'm going to park this logging truck next to you guys here. And then next load, I'm going to unload the next one because I need some practice. But you guys can load this. Where's the pile next to... Oh, Larry there. Where do you want me to park? On your right there?
Yeah, sure.
Is that fine?
Okay. Then we can double up on loading here.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, totally. You can get middle or rear bunk and he can get front. Probably like there. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you guys to this. I'm going to go get in that grinder and drive it over here. Let me know when it's full. Grind up some of these pieces. I also took this grinder head and I'm editing it to make it more aggressive. Because this one's a little too slow. I kind of wish it would absorb to the trees a little faster. This doesn't deal with bits very well. That's a problem. Like, if you hit a group of bits, it like tries to target all of them, and then there's nothing cuts. It's kind of annoying. But that's alright. We will do our best to make it stronger, faster, and better.
I thought it was weird that you like lower it. You can't like adjust the height of it.
Yeah, super weird, right? Whatever. Nothing surprises me. Not with this game, friends. Not with this game. Come on, die, tree. Screw it. I'm just gonna go chase stumps. Road stumps only. Like I said, I really like this thing. I just don't like the grinder. I think they really went backwards with whatever they did to the grinder from 19. Because in 19, at least it made sense what it did. This one just like, I don't know, it acts so weird. But I think it's also a geometry issue with the trees. Just in the engine itself. Which is also explains the exploding thing and all the other stuff that's going on, so. Because the trees do not react the same when you cut them like they used to. It's much worse. But what do you do?
I think what they do is they improve one thing and then it ruins something else somehow.
Oh, and I know how that is as a modder, but usually you don't release it until you fixed it. I've had tons of things where I build something, I'm like, this is amazing, and then I realize it broke every other mod, or it breaks like 90% of the purpose of the machine. You're like, well, I guess we'll have to go back to the drawing board. But I don't put it out there and go like, well, you know what? It makes it so the buncher doesn't work anymore, but man, does it grab logs good. Because that'd be pretty counterproductive. I do, however, wish the buncher would stop making trees disappear, though, because that's kind of annoying.
Yes, it's killing my production.
I know. I know when well, it seems to be way worse in multiplayer. In single player, it's not as bad. At least I find it not as bad. But I'm pretty sure the physics are much simplified by the engine when you're in multiplayer to try to save synchronization. So, I don't know. A lot of theories out there. My thought is it either works or it doesn't work, and if it's not working, we got to find a better method. Alright. I hate how long it takes to clean up these processor piles with this tiny little frickin' thing. But I'm going to have a beta version that we're going to test in multiplayer maybe next weekend of the new grinder. If it's done by then, we'll see. We'll see how much free time we get with the loader job coming up here. Because that's kind of the rest of my free time. It's kind of.
Or at a mill, or
What's that?
is this unloading job? Is that at a mill then?
Oh yeah, it's at the pellet plant that I was actually working at before. It's for a guy that's contracting it, which is funny because when I went to the pellet plant originally, that's the job that I wanted, and that's the job that I kind of was thinking that we were going to be doing. And then it turned out I got stuck on that wheel loader, which was okay, but it wasn't great. I didn't like it. It was fun to have the experience being on it, but after doing that for, you know, a few 12-hour shifts, you're pretty over it. And then, yeah, so they contracted out a part of this job by the sounds of it. So it's working. It's not working for the same company. It's working for a contractor, but, yeah, he knows a guy who knows me, who knows a guy who knows me, kind of thing. And it's like, hey, do you want to come over and run it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, I do. I was like, I don't have any free time because I work a lot, but I'm going to do it. I don't care if I have to sleep 4 hours a night. I want to be on that machine.
So here's just a question I have. You know,
Yeah.
FS22,
Bring back the what? Sorry, it's my machine was loud there.
the 822C.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That'll. I have all of those like models that are ready to be UDIM'd. I just haven't had the time to put them together. So everything's gonna slowly come out. So Skidder's coming out next week. And then I think after that's gonna be a grapple pack, like a combination of grapples and a bucket and stuff. Because I know a lot of people have been whining about wanting more grapples. Hopefully a dangle grapple, 2 fixed heads, and then a bucket. And then after that, it'll probably be a machine or a couple machines, depending on how much time we get. And then, like I said, I'm talking to this big forestry company right now that wants me to put some of their machines in the game. So if that deal works out and that ends up being a thing, I'm probably going to shift gears and try to get on that as quick as possible for them. But we'll see. Like I said, we're just kind of in talks right now. We haven't made any plans or total agreements or anything, but it's all sounding really positive, so I'm thinking it'll go ahead. But it's kind of cool to see some bigger companies and stuff reaching out to me to do that kind of stuff. I'm pretty excited about it. But we'll see. Nothing's nothing until it's something, right? Or whatever. Alright. Just kind of going around roasting these little processor piles, kind of help our frame rate a bit. The processors look like they've been busy. Look at them all running around there.
I know, they're like a pair of skidders on right-away day.
Yeah.
Right in your butt.
I'm actually stoked to get the skidder in here because that's the one big piece of the puzzle we've been missing. I think everybody's going to be happy about that. And it works pretty damn good. I was using it last night. I was actually playing with VR last night to see if it worked, and I finally got it working. It was pretty sick. And yeah, I was running around the skidder, and I was like, man, this thing is actually not too bad. You do still have to use locking straps with it. I mean, you don't have to, but it's pretty efficient with them. So, but once you get them in that grapple, she's pretty good.
How about the live grapple part? Is it still?
So it spins because the components are kind of loose on it. It does spin about 45 in both directions once you have her grabbed. I think people will find, compared to the old one, which was solid as a rock, this one will be a lot easier to drive for sure. Especially if you want to do the backup, when you're backing up to kind of, and it turns when you're jumping into a pile. I found I'm able to do that, maybe not 100%, but pretty damn close to 100%.
Well, I hate to say it, but I love that skidder off the mod thing on the 19.
Yeah, was it the green one, NMC?
Yeah, there's a 6-wheel and a 4-wheel. Oh, I love that machine.
Yeah, and they have a script or something on there that allows you to lock it and unlock it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lock it and control it, or you can unlock it. Yeah. Turn on a dime and the trees just float behind you.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? Like you can turn right around and be driving with the tree.
And that's kind of something I need. Which I'll talk to maybe my new script guy to see if we can build something like that, because I'm sure he can.
Yeah, if your Tigercat swing boom had that would be an awesome machine. Man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It still is awesome. But if you
oh yeah, there's oh, don't you worry, there's one of those coming. Very, very cool one too.
Nothing like sweeping out 14 rows of your bunches as you turn a corner.
Right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mine Skidder.
Oh man, it's yeah, so I got a model built for the new one, and the old one was good and stuff, but it wasn't the proper model. It was just kind of like an extra body that I had laying around that I turned into a swing boom. It wasn't, that model was never meant to be a swing boom, and it wasn't proper. So the one that I have built now is the actual, was it this 635G, I think it is? Is that the new one? Can't remember now. But anyway, it's the actual full proper model with all the little bits and pieces, and it looks pretty sick. It's just not put together yet. I got a lot of work to do. That's the problem, is I have 300 different things on the go here right now and no time to put it together.
You're getting the old FMCs, they're called?
FMC.
They were a skidder, they either had an arch and a winch, or they had a grapple.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
They were wickedly fast too.
Oh yeah.
They had that screaming Jimmy in there, so it sounded like they were doing 100.
Yeah, somebody sent me a video of one of those, like, I want to say 2-3 months ago. That's funny that you mentioned it.
Just trying
Yeah.
to do other machines that, you know.
Who made those? Like, was that the actual company, or were they?
I think FMC was its own company.
Was it actual? Yeah, it wasn't like a conglomerate or like a underneath another one. Hey,
Terex or one of them other old names.
Terex.
Two of them in Purple there when I was a kid. I forgot to ride in it, but I got to work near it once.
That's sick.
In your bunch, you're coming down the road.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, we're.